Hey, how's it going? Today we're going to go over how to draw the Helicoprion, prehistoric fish, and you're going to love it. This marine animal is so amazing. It looks like a shark, but it has the coolest mouth ever. It has this chainsaw literally in its face. Absolutely stick around. It's going to be a step-by-step lesson. If you're into dinosaurs or anything prehistoric, this is made pretty much right for you. Okay, let's hop into this. Helicoprion with the coolest ever. It really looks like a shark, right? That structure is very shark-like, so that's something you have to kind of keep in mind. If you have any requests, by the way, for anything you want to see a tutorial on, please tell me. Tell me in the comments, and I will do it. I've already made a list here, and I'm going to do them next week. Tons of cool stuff coming up, okay? I'm also going live every day. So please come on the live. I'm going live every day at 1. So join me, say what's up. If not, catch the reruns over here on the videos. But we're going over here and going to the tail. Tail's very shark-like as well. Yeah, there's a shark fin above and then the tail fin. We're gonna pull down. And so a big thing with him is I'm trying to get down the entire shape initially. Downward right here, up. For the nostril area, pulling in, pulling back. I hear the mouth. And I'm gonna save the other part for, later. Keep pulling back right there on the lower part of the mouth. I'm sorry, lower part of the stomach into the side fin. Pulling up. And you want to make it look a little bit more natural by having that little edge right there. Maybe it's a little bit damaged. I know that's something that you should do with sharks or anything aquatic, right? You want to make it look like it's been in damage. Pulling down for the stomach, and I'm kind of measuring out where. See how the stomach on both sides of the fin, and I'm trying to kind of even that out, right? I want to make that look more leveled and make it make sense. Pulling down, inward. And now we have almost the whole shape, right? What are we missing? The obvious thing. Right there. We're going to go to the far side fin, and we want to make this because we want it to look a little bit more dimensional, right? Like drawings that look 3D are obviously, they tend to look more advanced, and that's kind of something you want to do. I'm going to fill that in dark to kind of make it go back. So dark can make anything usually come forward or go back. Pulling down over here into that ridiculous mouth. That Chainsaw Man style mouth. Pulling up. And right there. Alright. So now we're going in pretty carefully. And this is the most delicate part of the drawing. And we're drawing that round kind of buzzsaw that's in his mouth. There were so many different looks to this creature before, when they found the fossil. But I remember some of them made it like twirly, but they ended up so far with this, where it looks more of a buzzsaw. If you guys have ever seen a wild shark design that currently, I would say look up the goblin shark. Its mouth shoots out of its mouth. It's amazing. It looks like something out of a movie. I'm like, whoa. Okay. Right over there. Pretty, again, you have that mouth shape, that famous mouth shape. Pulling back right here. I'm putting in thin lines to show the kind of curvature in skin. Line. And let's go over here into the eye. The eye is pretty far set back. And put a dot right there for the pupil and iris there. Dot for the nose. Going pretty well. We have the shapes pretty mapped out, and I think it's pretty. By the way, if anybody, honestly, I made this video because most people are not going to know who this guy is, but I hope you're into dinosaurs or ancient fish or ancient creatures or ancient reptiles, and you show some love on this video. Hit the like button. It matters a lot when you hit the like. It helps the algorithm out. I know almost nobody's going to see this creature drawing, I think, because very few people know who Helicoprion is. But if you do, I'll know it. Write in the comments, It's just cool to see people that are into other prehistoric creatures and creations. It's amazing. That's what I'm into almost, I wouldn't say the most, but close to the most would be dinosaurs and prehistoric creatures. Going back in. And pulling right here for the curvature of the mouth. Sorry, by the way, I'm eating peanuts here as I'm talking. I shouldn't do that. Line back here as well. Everything from now on is really just extra detail to kind of... So when I think of detail, and I've said this in a couple of videos, where you draw these thinner lines, and they have to be thinner. Otherwise, it's not detail. If it's too thick, it's going to look like a design shape on his side. It's going to look really weird, and you don't want to do that. You want to create a thin line, everything thin, so that it's secondary, right? Everything is secondary. Alright, going in. Gonna, again, see, all this stuff is extra, and this is all kind of like, well, the drawing's there, and I'm just gonna throw, you know, you could consider this stuff style. This is where the style comes in. Like, okay, what do I, not style, but, I mean, this could be an aspect of style. Over detailing it, or throwing more detail in than you think. And it will kind of make a huge difference in the end. So it's something that you do need to watch. But you cannot, and I've said this a bunch, you cannot break the drawing. You have to be very careful. Sometimes you do it so much, you break the drawing, and it just doesn't work. It makes it look a little bit strange when you overdo it with detail. Pulling up over here. Alright, line underneath. Pulling up right here, underneath right there. Just kind of like making things a little bit more solid by creating a thicker line, kind of aiming downward. That is also something I do everywhere. If I don't do a thick line around the entire shape, I'll try to do a thick line aiming down, because almost always, that's something they do in comic art, almost always there is a sunlight above coming downward, and that's going to affect it. So that's kind of something to kind of take a look at and, you know, adhere to, and kind of be like, wow, okay, that's really cool. I didn't know that. Go over here, the edge. We're going into the mouth, and everything is, again, the goal is to make it clear to the viewer who really just stumbled onto your drawing, right? Who just saw it. That's kind of the goal of it. All right, line over here, and right on, fun stuff. And that's pretty much, we're close to the end. But I want to leave you with something, and I want to leave you with something very strongly. I really think you guys are amazing, and any one of you can draw. Any one of you, if you just kind of take the time, focus, but I would say kind of use your time wisely. Don't sketch like once a month, you know? Sketch like, you know, every day if you want, if you can. But if you can't do that, maybe 3 times a week, 4 times a week, whatever is good for you. But you will get better. Your hand will form better control, and it will really translate into some very, very cool skill over the course of time that it's hard to tell, right? Because it's so slow. But yeah, that is pretty much it. You guys are amazing. Hit the subscribe, and, you know, I'll see you soon. If you made it this far, you're amazing. Amazing. Give me a hug.